I hope all is well with you guys. Here I am. It is work day here in Hawaii, Wednesday, and you all know on Wednesday that time of day is everybody is going wild here in Hawaii. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody's going wild. Now, 99% of y'all is gonna be out there last minute shopping. I mean, next week is gonna be wild week. But guys, I just want to say out there today, before I can arrive at the gym, I witnessed, didn't see it, but I got caught up in the backlash of it. Like, probably when I checked the app, it was like 7, maybe 8 accidents, just because somebody thought they could dip in and dip out and, you know, rush in to be the first one at the store to grab that last little can of cranberry. You know how y'all be doing it. Y'all out there trying to get these last minute shopping and trying to wrap these gifts and all that good stuff up. Let me tell y'all something. It's dangerous out there, especially right now. So I just want to let y'all know, be safe while you're out there doing all your heathenism. Okay? Be safe, guys, especially for those that are having bad weather. And you know, you're slipping and sliding all over. It's on the mainland. My sister just mentioned they had a snowstorm, they had a lot going on. So I just want y'all to know, guys, this week and next week is going to be cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. And if you're going to be out there, make sure that you are being safe. Don't forget, no drinking and driving for all the heathens out there that does it still. Don't be going out there driving, because many of us are out on the streets working while y'all having fun. So that's all I want to say at the beginning of this video. But my video today, guys, is in regards to the power of expectations. And I wanted to talk about that, guys, because it's very important for us to understand that expectation is not passive, it's powerful. Okay? When we expect from God, we're not demanding Him for the stuff. You know that? We are declaring trust. And I was like, that hit me, because I was like, okay, Lord, you're saying we expect certain things that you're going to give us. It's already there. All we have to do is believe it and expect it to come to pass, not on our timing, on God's timing. So at the end of the day, expectation says, God, I know you're able, and I believe you're already working on it for it to come to pass, even when I can't see it. And I want to share with you guys a little something. You know, a year ago, I registered as a member in one of my 3 out of many different things I be registering, spending money. You know, well, I wanted to focus on my health and fitness. As you all know, I'm still focusing on health and fitness. And basically, when it got to me, it was like I got the highest price in everything that was going on. And I questioned it, and I was like, why is it that everything this year, which was last year, that I put my head on, it was like I was being shortchanged. Like I was the one, if it was cost $10, by the time it get to me, I had to pay 20. I'm like, what's going on here? I always felt like I was the one having to do a little bit more than everybody else. So what happened was I registered and became a member of a club. Not a dancing club, guys. It's like a gym. And I end up paying the maximum. At that time, the lady said, you got the good deal. You got a good deal. Now, in the back of my head, I'm like, girl, I feel like I'm being violated, because I know everybody else has cheaper monthly than I did. Long story short, I ended up going back to the lady to see if I could adjust my pricing, you know. And she was like, no, you can't. But remember, I have access to all the gyms here in Hawaii. Yes, I do. I know y'all don't notice it, but I do. I do. I got all the gym membership. It just, you know, I'm waiting on my body to connect with the gym. Hello, Sister Shelly. I'm waiting on my body to activate. So, you know, I'm putting the action in, but it's not. It's coming slowly. It's coming slowly. She didn't lose a little bit, just a snippet. However, though, long story short, I digress. I went back again to see if they could adjust adjust my bill because I'm out of everybody. I'm the one paying the most. And I said, no, this don't even make no sense. So I went back to the same lady that everybody told me she was the one, she gave a better deal. But when it came to me, I was like, why am I paying more than everybody else? So she said, no, we can't do anything. That's the best deal, Paulette. That's the best deal, Paulette. And she was like letting me believe, not knowing I already know the marketing tricks that they do. If they feel they can get more money out of that person, they're going to milk you like a cow. So I end up feeling a little bit shortchanged. And I felt in my spirit, Lord, why am I feel like I'm being abused? And I had that in the back of my head since last year. This year came around, I said, you know what? And then they kept increasing every 60 days, they'll increase $5, $6, $2. Like they kept increasing my bill. So I started out at $69, for example, $69. And then I went all the way up to like $90, 90 something dollars. And I kept saying, why am I being abused? Why is these people doing this? So I canceling me. I said, I'm not going to argue with nobody. If you know me, when I said noted, I mean noted. I'm not fussing with nobody. I ain't arguing. We ain't having no word back and forth. I just let it go. I said, I'm not messing with this bad boy. I'm going to cancel it. So I canceled that membership and I started to focus on my 24-hour membership. And I was going there, enjoying it. But then one of my club members, the instructor, came back to the gym that I had canceled. And I went back to that gym with the same lady. She was the one that assists me. That was the manager that assists me. She gave me another price, but she was penny pinching me. So she said, if you register in this gym, you can end up getting, you could end up receiving just one gym I can visit. And then if I wanted another thing, which is to add in the indoor classes, that was another price. And then if I wanted the outdoor classes, that was another price. She said, but don't worry. She says, okay, this is the best deal. I wanted to I was blowing smoke. I said, okay. But the good thing, what I've learned, remember I told you guys that the Lord has been dealing with me and patient, understanding, and learning to stay silent. I'm not fussing. I ain't fighting with nobody. I just stay silent and allow God to activate. So I went to her because, in all your silence, you still could ask questions. So I go to her again and I said, well, now I want to add on. And my instructor came back to the gym. I want to add on another class. The lady at that time, which was since May when I canceled from that gym, and I rescheduled back in probably August, I think it was. She said I only had to pay $10. Now, mind you, we are just in December. The lady told me, she's like, the same lady that I kept going to the wrong people. You could, in life, the devil could set you up in a trap to keep going back to the same little cycle, and you need to learn to remove yourself, okay? So I went to the lady and I said, I want to add the class. She said it only would be $10. Less than 60 days later, I go back to the lady. I said, okay, I'm ready to add the class. She said $69.99. I said $69.99 for the class. You said it was $10. I said I ain't paying no $69.99. So she wanted to add on now to my bill and say, well, you could either pay that or you could pay $135. Now, mind you, she already know I don't want to pay no extra for no bill because I'm grandfather into one gym and I can go all over the world in 24 hours. I have access. Or UFC, I can go all over the world in any UFC and I have access as well. So she go on there and she's telling me that it's $69.99. And I'm frustrated now, but I'm holding it in. I'm trying to keep my composure. Remember, stay in your seat. Do not get out of your seat. So I said, okay. She said $135 if I wanted all the access and stuff like that. So I mentioned it to one of my friends that she'd been there for a long time. And she said, go to the other gym and speak to X, Y, and Z. He's more fair. When you are in these gyms, they're like a monopoly. So everybody's calling each other. Did Paulette go over there? Did she come over there? If she come over there, you give her this price. Let's try and choke out all of her little money that she been working on so that way, because she can do it. She got the whatever over there. So they get in their little conversations over the phone and they're communicating with each other. Well, anyway, that guy was not as one-sided and biased. So when I went to him, he referred me to another lady. This week, this this season that I'm in, I'm under, I would say, under construction, striving still and still under construction when it comes to developing the patient, developing how to deal with people, understanding people. We are all different and unique. We are all made in God's image, but we are uniquely different. Okay? So you got to learn all the difference of people and learn to make peace without chaos, within the chaos. So I go on and I told her, I said, okay, this is what I want. I want all the boxing and combination, because I love boxing. If y'all don't know, I enjoy boxing, but I stopped it because they raised the price. I was paying nearly $100. I was like, what? And I only go to that gym twice a week. So it was a waste of time. She ended up coming and she said, okay, Paulette, she said, this is the deal that I'm going to give you. Now, mind you, all this whole time since the ending of last year, I canceled the first time in May. I'm feeling shortchanged. I think it was May or March, either one of those. So I canceled that gym and I restarted in September timeframe, August, September timeframe. I restarted it. And I'm still frustrated because I still feel like I'm paying a lot of money. When I spoke to the lady that the other guy referred me to and say, speak to this lady, the Lord probably touched her heart. She came over to me. She said, don't worry. I'm going to cancel the $10 that you're paying on the side of the $61.99. And I'm going to give you the whole entire conditioning, all access, for $15. Remember, the other location wanted to give me $69.99 just to add on that class. I got it for $15 plus everything else in the gym I could use. That's the expectation. That's what I expected. But I had to wait so long to feel like I was winning at that moment in time, because we expect in moments of chaos, the greatest strength is not reacting emotionally or flying off the handle, but remaining still and silence. That's what we have to do. When we remain still in silence, silence becomes like faith in action. When we choose not to respond to every distraction, accusations, or delay, we actually create space for a loving God to step in and move on our behalf. Because I did not get frustrated, because I did not love that lady, she abused me, yes, and I felt like I could have just walked up on the side, when the flesh kick in, and just give her 2 words, maybe 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to really tell her something, but I said, nope, I'm going to allow God to deal with her. I'm going to allow God to move. And because I stayed in my seat, because I was silent and I did not activate in that moment of frustration within the chaos that I was feeling, the other lady came and I got the class that they wanted to charge me $69.99. I got that one class for $15 and all full access, and told me that I have access to all the gyms again. So you see there, when I only could go to attend 2 gyms, now I have all access again, and everything that I lost was given back to me and then some. Okay? Stay in your seats. Do not make the devil move you or try to make you feel like you need to put your word in. God don't need our help. God doesn't need our help or panic. Because we panic as human beings. We are panicking. And he's telling us, let it go. Hand it to me. Let me do it. I got this one. And we're like, nope, I got it. Nope, I got it. And we're just running around in circles. What God needs from us is our trust. He needed me to trust him. And I'm learning. This is the season that I'm in. I don't know what season that you are in. But God don't need your panic. Oh my God, it's not happening. Oh my God, it's not this. Oh, and we're just murmuring, complaining, criticizing, condemning. He don't want to hear that. Just say, hand it over to him. And what came to me today when I got all that good news, like I felt so refreshed. I was like, I started to cry. Y'all know there's dust in this room always. I was crying because I just felt like, Lord, these last couple weeks and months, I've been struggling I've been struggling to just be silent. Silence for me is hard. Silence for me is hard. I would check you in 2 seconds, like, and trust me, on my faith walk right now, I am in a place of peace. I'm in a place that my stillness is so powerful that everybody is noticing around me. And on top of that, when I was finished, because they know the old Paulette, the lady told me, she said, Paulette, she said, you're not mad at me? I said, why am I going to be mad at you? She said, I thought you would have been so frustrated and upset. I just want to apologize that we made all this eruption for you because your app wasn't working. It was like you were just going through a whole lot and we don't know what's going on with the app. And I said, I know what was going on with the app. The devil was just testing. And I passed my test because I stayed silent. And she said, oh my gosh, I would love to develop that type of behavior. I said, it's not easy. Trust me. This is like 35-ish. Plus then some-ish years of dealing with the same scenario. And I must tell you, I got to tap myself on the shoulder because I had people coming up and saying, I can't believe you're not mad at me. I'm not mad at nobody. I ain't going to hell for you. I mean, and you know what I said? I told her that. I said, I ain't going to hell for you. Why am I going to be mad at you? Things that's out of our control, we can't control it. That's why it's out of our control. It was out of your control. It wasn't your fault that somebody else was abusing me. It wasn't my fault that that person felt that I was the one that should have been paying the higher price and they could have took advantage of me. But God don't miss nothing. He saw and everything that I thought that I had lost, he gave it back to me above and beyond. I got full access back to the gym with grandfather in to the price that I was paying from the beginning. When you just expect and trust God for what he promises, everything I lost, I got back. Now, it didn't happen right away now. I'm going to tell you that. It didn't happen right away. But when it happened, oh, what a good feeling to feel like you were winning in that moment. When it feels that you just trusted God enough that he was going to take over and you just put the action in. You prayed about it and let him activate. And let me tell you, when he dealt with that, I was so pleased. The peace was in the room. Paulette didn't have to move. I didn't have to get bent out of shape and start doing a whole lot of, this and you take that. Nothing. I stayed silent. Because like I mentioned before, God don't need us to be panicking. Why are you panicking when you know that he knows the result? He knows the end of the story. And if you know that you're going to win at the end, why are you fussing in the process? It's a process. Life is a journey. And we have to trust the process. And God already knows. He says, you're above and you're not beneath. So if I know I'm above and I'm not beneath, even if I'm in the valley right now, it's just temporary. So stop panicking. Whatever situation that you have, if it's about your health, if it's about your physical, right now, y'all know I be battling with my health, my physical, because I want to lose my extra pounds. I want to get my fit together. And I didn't just gain weight because I wanted to. No, I was in therapy. My shoulder was out for a year. My hip was bad, but I don't complain because it's useless. Why am I going to be like, oh my God, guys, my hip. Oh my God, my shoulder was dislocated. Oh my goodness, I had to go to physical therapy for over a year. Nobody know that. Y'all just saw Paulette start getting a little chunkier. Like, what's going on with Paulette? Paulette was broken up. I was broken. I want to share with you guys a scenario today. As I was driving, I was thinking about what am I going to talk about? But I like to talk about things that I'm going through right now, just so you all can see the now thing. And there was this, I'm scared of little animals like ants, the big ones, the ones that fly. So right now the weather in Hawaii is very humid. It rained all night last night and it's very humid today. And I go on there, guys, and I'm stating to myself, I'm like, oh my God, it's so humid, it's hot. Like, when other places it's cold. And I was coming to my car and I was running from the flying ants outside, because in Hawaii, yes, they do have flying ants, so you're gonna be flying here and there. And I felt on my leg that there was an ant. Well, I didn't want it. I got into my car and I started driving. I feel this thing crawling on me. I was like, oh my God, what is this? I lift my skirt up. Yes, guys, I have on a long, a long skirt. So I have this long skirt on, and I'm like right on my calf. I'm feeling something crawling like abnormal. So I pulled it up in the car and I was like, oh my goodness, this is basically an ant. I didn't want to smash the ant on me. Ugh, no way. So I grabbed the little piece of tissue paper that I had and I put the ants out on the tissue paper, and I was trying to fling it off outside. Well, let me tell you, that ant grabbed onto the window outside because I fling it, but the breeze, because I was driving, the wind, I love it to stay on the window. So it was grabbing on, and as fast as I could go. Now, I was trying to be wicked. I'm not gonna lie to you. Instead of me just pulling over and let the ants go into the environment and put him on the side of the road, I was trying to make him fly off the car because he flew on me, so he should be able to fly off, but he didn't. That ant held on. He was all toes down. Now, I don't know how many feet an ant have, but that thing was gripped onto my window, and I was going like 70, okay? And that thing, the little butt parts start to like pick up some speed, and I would see him get his strength, use his abdominal muscle and grab onto the window. And I just had a moment, and I said, God, I said, man, if I can have just one ounce of holding on to you that ant had holding on to that window, imagine where I will be. Not unplugging from him, just holding on to God. And I was like, man, this ant just gave me a vision just now. Like, that's how I want to be onto my daddy God and daddy Jesus. Just holding on without letting go, plugging into the source for the rest of my life. That's where I want to be, because that ant didn't move. And I said, man, if I just had 1 ounce of faith like that ant had by holding on to that window, he couldn't even move his back leg because he felt he was going to fall off, which he was. But I love the devil to distract us so much and take away the faith and the trust that we should have, because we just feel like we can't have it. Oh, I ain't good enough for that. I can't have that. I don't think that for me. Oh, no. Expect to have it, because God says he's going to give it to you if you pray for it. Knock and it shall be open. Seek and you shall find. And ask and it shall be given to you. So if there are the three things that he's telling you to consistently stay consistent and hold on to, why do we keep allowing the devil to take it away? Why? We don't have to allow the devil to take that away from you, from us. And that ant was like, I ain't letting go. Oh, I want to be like that ant on my window. He was holding on. Hold on. Plug in. Stop unplugging yourself from the source. Stop. Just grip. I mean, how many legs does an ant have? I think 6. Is it 6 or 8? 6 or 8 legs. Well, however amount of legs that ant had, I just want y'all to know. that that ant had some trust that if he could have hold on to that mirror, he weren't going nowhere. God, I want to hold on to you like how that ant went the whole 70 miles an hour for 30 minutes and did not move. And when it seems that he was going to blow off, his determination got stronger. So when we're going through the chaos, when we're going through the ups and the downs of life, and we're feeling like the wind get knocked out of us, hold on, keep plugged in, because expecting from God the things that he said you're going to have, that's for you, and nobody can take that away from you. Okay? I didn't see me paying less and getting more. No time in a whole year. In a million years, I would have never thought of it. But I got it handed to me. And let me tell you the next thing that happened to me this week. And my phone is right around the ending. I told you all I want to keep these things a little small and short because like you're all busy. I'm working and I have 15% left on my phone. So if it dies, I just want y'all to know I love y'all. But I want to finish up with this to let y'all know how when you expect, the power of expectation, when silent invites God to move in your life. Because at the end, guys, last couple weeks, not only y'all know I've been working and y'all know that I'm a giver. And I want you all to know the same amount that I blessed was the same amount today somebody blessed me with that I didn't ask for. They didn't know nothing. All they knew is that Paulette, I got something and I'm going to bless Paulette because she's always blessing somebody else. Bless me with the same amount that I end up blessing somebody else. God is, let me tell you, if you ain't see him, if you don't know him, you're missing out. You're missing out. You're missing out, I'm telling you. I love God. I love God. I love people. And the best part of it is that he move on his timing. And when he move on his timing, we don't even be ready. I wasn't ready to get paid back everything that I give in a less than a week. And I didn't ask for it. You know, sometimes you be hovering around. Well, you know this or you know that. And this is what I'm going through here. And nobody knew nothing because I stayed silent. And in all the chaos that I was going through, I still had the heart of a giver. I still could have blessed, even though I created the income. When I create, I know most like, oh my God, Paulette just creating the income. And Paulette's giving. The more I create, the more I give. The more I create, the more God give me back. Because money for me is no big deal. I don't look at money as something, you know, it's all material things. You give it away. If you have access, you give it away. And the Lord's going to give it back to you. And that's how you look at life. Whatever you give, you're going to get back. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. And that's the good part of how God activates. So in the moments of chaos, the greatest strength is not reacting emotionally, like I mentioned, or flying off of the handle, but remaining silent. Silent becomes faith in action. In every distraction, accusation, or delay, we create space for a loving God to move on our behalf. And that, to me, is worth. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know, guys. Y'all don't know. Remaining expectant. Remain still. And watch God move. And that's my message for y'all today. That's all I got. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm dropping off some products. Hello, let me see who all else is up in here. Sister Shelly, thank you for coming by. Sister Shelly say, tell them to stop picking on my sister. Girl, Sister Shelly, I am so glad that Paulette ain't the old anymore. I'm so glad. Thank God for the truth. Walking in the faith that you have patience. I've been praying for patience. I've been begging for patience, and the Lord kept sending me scenarios to deal with it. I think I'm getting it down pat. I think I'm going to be moving into my next season pretty soon, guys. I'm going to tell you that. Oh my God. Oh, you're going there. Let me come here. Sorry, guys. I got to drop off this product. Stay with me. Don't go nowhere. I got to drop off this for this lady. Hello, Miss Hoku. There you are. Hoku.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Hoku. Hoku Kilinoi. Yeah, and she said, private dirt road.
So right here, this house right here.
Which one? So I gotta go this way?
No, you go right down here, and she's right over here.
You're so awesome. You knew I was lost. She knew. See how God sent her to me?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's her. And you're like, no. So it's Huku. She said a black car. So I just go right where I was going?
Right here, and then she should be over there.
Okay. Just thank you.
I'll call her and let her know you're coming.
You're the sweetest. What's your name?
Crystal.
Oh, Crystal Light. There you go. A little angel came over and helped me. I was lost. I was in the holes in an area. And as I was talking to you guys, and I was like, Lord, I don't know where I'm at. This is a far area. And the lady waved me down. Because remember, when I'm delivering in this area, this is the sticks. Okay. This is like the country. And one of the neighbors just waved me down, and she was like, hey. And I thought that was the person I had to deliver these items to. And she said, no, who are you looking for? And she said, oh, she's right over there. So she guided me. See how God sent in all the angels? Sometimes we expect what we give from the same individuals. You ain't gonna get it. Wishful thinking. I'm gonna tell you today, God is gonna bless you through somebody else that you don't even know. You didn't plant no seeds with. They're the ones that's gonna bless you. Okay? So that's what happened just now. I was staying calm. Y'all didn't know that I was worried. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna find this house. Like, oh no. And then all of a sudden, guys, that's how God works. He sent somebody else. Now here I am. I'm about to put this together. And by the way, they have dogs. I'm gonna show you all. You see that little dog? You see the dog over there? That's what I got to deal with. Look at it. This is the country. This is what the country is all about. Okay? They're gonna have their dogs, and you're gonna figure it out. So I will have you all look at the dog as I gonna go and drop off this product. Give me 1 second. Enjoy the view of the puppy. She say, we call the guy. She said, please call Tani, but let me call Tani. Call Tani. Sorry about that, guy. From Walmart Spark, from Hoku. Yeah, I'm right in front of this Nissan car, and a big dog is barking at me.
Oh, okay. I'll call somebody. They'll come up.
Okay, or I can just no. Yeah, I was. Yeah. All right, and I'm back. I'm sorry, guys. So that's what happened when you have the right attitude. You just expect somebody's gonna come and help you, because that's what God says, right? You expect it, and that's what I do. I believe it because He said it. I believe it. So I got help just now in this country area. Didn't know where I was going, and that nice lady waved me down, and basically, let me give you guys a little view how big these houses and stuff. This is a whole yard. So you know, these people, when I say country, they ain't no little people, okay? They got some little money in this area. However, though, the whole thing is that God always gonna send a little angel, always. So you just gotta stay the course. Don't stress about it. Stay the course, and in due timing. See, the Lord just blessed me with another order, a $41 order to come back to the country. Am I going to take it? You best believe it. Why not? Why not? Okay, you take your blessings and don't forget to give. Okay, no sense of taking all of it and being greedy. Greed is another deadly sin. Don't be greedy with it. Okay, no greed at all. Give me 1 second. Let me start that trip. I'm coming back in the same little country thing. So let's talk about what we were saying. So, like I was mentioning to you guys, is that today was just one of those days where I expect to have a good day. My Sorry about that. First of all, before I get back on the street, I already forgot these earplugs. See that? And I know when I have these in, it's a little bit better buff. Okay, so let's see. Sister Shelly, thank you. Yes, Sister Shelly, they've been picking on me, but I don't pay them no mind, because in due time, I'll let God handle it. God got my back all the time, baby, all the time. Sister Shelly say amen. Hello, Miss Monique. How are you? Thank you for coming into Life with Paulette. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for coming in here and, just spending a little bit of time with me today. I know I mentioned to you guys, I'm trying to figure out this schedule thing, and, just know I'm coming on. I'm not going to be holding myself to no time or anything. Just know every day, probably 6 days out of the week, Paulette's gonna come on, but I don't know what time I'm gonna come on. But for the ones that's here, I just want you to know I am grateful for each and every one of you guys that took the time out to come and give me that little like and hang in there for a little bit on your lunch break or on your way home. I appreciate you. Okay, I love y'all and I appreciate you. So thank you, David. Let me see, David B. Oh, David B, you changed your name again, brother be changing his name. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know who that was, but I think it's brother David B. Huh? Let me see. He says Life with Paulette. He say, you be more gloomy. Can you be more gloomy? Parky, I say. I don't understand. Oh my gosh. So you speak it. That brother David B. Okay. It's raining over here, and that's how it is. It's gloomy over here. It's a little dark. I'm read. Oh, somebody told me I shouldn't be doing this reading and talking on YouTube, which they were correct. Okay, I need to do better than that while I'm driving, but I don't think they understand that this is my life right now for the next couple months or whatever, where I'll be on the go for a long time, so that's the only thing. When you are in the gig economy, you're always behind the wheel working, and sometimes this is the only time I have to talk to you guys or to share something with you guys. And that's why most of the time is either, my conversation is now. It's in the now because, I don't have time to sit down and be like, I wonder what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, or what I'm going to talk about. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to start my day after I pray and, get my mind all made up and together and everything together, and I head out to go to work. I don't know what the conversation is going to be. If I have a day where the individuals that I'm hanging around or around, it's like if they are working everything together, then I'm gonna have a good day. Some days I have perfect days, excellent days. Like today was a good day. Everything is right now. I'm in an alignment. I'm in an alignment that I can't understand. I don't understand it. I just feel like I'm in a peaceful place. Like everything is just doing this. This? Everything is just connecting. I gave the other day, a couple weeks ago, and just before the end of the week again, the Lord give it back. And I was like, and I didn't want to take it. And they're like, no, you're going to take it because you're all time giving. And this is what on my heart. And I was like, God, you're amazing, because that was just the same amount that I give freely with no hesitation. I give, and you sent it back to me. And the person that sent it had no knowledge of what was going on. You know, they had no knowledge. They just said, this is the amount I wanted to give you. And they send it to me. And I said, why you give that to me? Because it's on my heart. God put things and send people to you. That's why he said, ask and it shall be given to you. Even though I didn't ask out loud, but I asked him, you know, like, Lord, bless me so I could bless somebody else. And then he's give me back what I give. And sometimes he give me sometimes double of what I give. You know, you never know. It's the law. It's the law. So just you do it, and you'll see the result. So, Brother David B, thank you for coming in. And yes, it's it's been raining. It rained all night last night. This morning, it's been raining. And in Hawaii, the more it rains, the hotter it gets. So I just want y'all to know that it's hot over here and humid. It's dry. Everything is dry here in Hawaii. And it's very like gray. Today is gray, you know, but that's where we're at. So let me see. Hello, brother in holiness. How are you? Peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well. Thank you. Thank you for coming back to Life with Paulette. I haven't seen you in a long time over here. But I appreciate you, brothers, for coming over and just showing a little bit of love. I enjoy seeing you guys. You don't understand. I know everybody be working. I know you guys definitely, you know, everybody is busy. You know, some people working overtime during the holidays. Some people is just being busy. So I'm grateful for the ones that showed up. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I love y'all for that. Hold on, let's see. David B. Sister Dawn. Sister Dawn. Welcome, Sister Dawn. How are you? I can't hardly see. Somebody else is up in here. I can't see who else is up in there. But welcome, Sister Dawn. Thank you for coming over to Life with Paulette. But like I was mentioning to you, that God doesn't need our panic. He needs our trust. And expectation aligns our heart with heaven. And sometimes silence protects our peace. And that's what I feel that these last couple months of my life, my peace has been protected because I stayed silent. You know, I ain't worried about what you think or what the other one think. I know what God knows, and that's all. You know, so my peace has been protected, and faith invites God's perfect timing. And that was what happened to me the other day. I mean, today when I went to the gym and found out that everything that I thought I had lost, I got back and then some for lesser costs. You know, so does God work in mysterious ways? He always working. He knows your heart. He knows when you pray. He hears you. He knows it. But do you trust him? When you ask for it, are you trusting him? Do you expect him to deliver? Because most of the time, I don't think we expect him. Because I wasn't expecting him, but I knew he was delivering. But I had already want to chuck it off as a loss. I was like, it's okay. It is well. That's another thing. Just saying, it is well with my soul. What can you do about it? Nothing you could do. It's out of your control. But that ant that hold on to that window on the 70 miles an hour and didn't move, that's how I want my faith to be. So Paulette is working on Paulette. I'm working on me. I want my faith to continuously keep increasing. I want to be able to pass the test in my season that I'm at. And my developing more patient. I understanding it now. I'm understanding it now. When you can hear the chaos and stay calm and collective within the chaos. And I love God to move without your help. Get out of the way. Sit down over there. Go sit down over there and stop interfering with God's plan. Just sit down. You already prayed about it. He know. You know how those old aunties used to be when you were like, are you going to give me? I remember when my grandmother used to make cakes and she'd be beating up her cake. And every time she would go make her cake, and I'll be like, Grandma, you going to give me the spoon, you know, because those old people will mix that cake from the beginning, you know, they'll mix that cake. And I'll be like, can you give me the spoon? And you go around as a little kid. Y'all know when you go around as a little kid with those older folks, and they look at you and say, go sit down over there. You don't come around the kitchen because you're a kid with your dirty hands. you know? So that type of stuff. That's what God be trying to tell us sometimes. Like, sit down over there. And sometimes we don't know how to sit down, and then he have to sit us down. Sometimes we overwork ourselves and don't know when to sit down and when to stop, when to slow down. And sometimes he just be like, okay, let me just activate her sciatica for her so she could sit down there and rest her body because she's doing too much. Let me just, give her, something where she needs to rest. So I'm going to just make sure that her boss call and tell her stay home today, or whatever. I know during this holiday, people's working. People are activating with work. They're overdoing it. You're overkilling it. The good thing that I hope that you're doing is when you're working and you're getting overtime right now, you're not spending it on no presents. You're not going out there just spending it on foul things. Hopefully you're putting it for good use, when you're getting your overtime. And don't forget to give back. That's another thing. We receive and we don't know how to give back. Give back, guys. It's so beautiful. When I give back, guys, it feels so good. It feels so good to give back. And sometimes don't wait. You don't have to wait to give somebody something because they say something. You should be able to bless somebody. You don't got to wait for Christmas to give them something. Give them something before. Surprise people. I like to give surprisingly. Okay, when they're least expecting it, when the Lord say, okay, bless them now, I think you need to bless them now, that's when I need to bless. And that's when I bless. And remember, silence protects your peace. And God moves best when we trust him fully. Not little bit, not too little bit. When we trust him in full, that's when God moves best. And right now, Paulette, like I tell y'all, this is my season. My season is remaining in my seat, stay in silence. Remaining in my seat, stay in silence. Protecting my peace. Minister Mara said 3 things. Protect your peace. Clear out the feces within your mind. Clean the mind. Get your conscience right. Clean out all the little guck. Your little filthy self, that little filthy brains, make sure you're working on you. He added a next thing. The 3rd thing is to work on your holiness walk daily. And then his last service that I've listened to, he said, pray daily. Run to God daily. Pray daily. And by the way, I hope nobody minds. I don't know how it is, but I could tell you all one thing. That prayer is, if you don't have that prayer life, I could tell you, you're missing out. You're missing out. Because sometimes you have so much to pray for, you're praying, and you fall asleep in the prayer. You wake back up and you had a whole mouthful of another long list of the extra people that you forgot on the first round, and you got to go on the second round. Now, consistent and praying without ceasing, and expect that what you pray for, that you're going to achieve it because God says so, right? If it's in alignment with his will. All right. With that, guys, I am done. I just pray that all is well with you guys. Be careful out there to all my mainland folks that's slipping and sliding in this snow and this bad weather over there. You all be cautious. You all tie up, put on your coats, get all your nice little, all my gig economy workers out there. Make sure you pack your little bag with your lamp, your lantern, your heater, your blankets. Put them in the back of the car. Always have extra blankets. You never know when that car is going to break down and don't move or get frozen and can't start and you're stuck out there. So be cautious, guys. Be mindful. And like I was mentioning to you guys, remember the power of expectation is when silence invites God to move. Stay in your seat. Stay silent within your chaos. I love y'all. Deuces!